Hello guys! If you haven't watched my previous video yet, I highly recommend checking it out. The link in the description. There we created a Docker image from a Docker file, step by step, and I explained what Docker is and how its components work. And now I want to introduce you to a tool that will make your life easier when you start working with Docker Compose. It's Dockge, a tool for managing Docker Compose files. This is a simple and convenient tool for managing Docker Compose. It simplifies working with Docker Compose files, making it convenient and visual. It offers a range of features that make it a valuable tool for developers and DevOps. You can learn more on the GitHub page. Let's move on to practice. We create a directory where we will place the Docker Compose YAML file from which our Dockge service will start. By default, it starts on port 5001. We need to specify the path to our directory. We can specify this on the website, and here in interactive mode, they will change the Compose YAML file for us. Here we can see that the path to our directory has been automatically changed in the Compose file. After that, using the command we can copy from here, we will take this Compose YAML file and start it in the terminal. The command docker compose pc will show us our service on port 5001, which we can use. So let's go and take a look. We see a window where we can register our admin. So we log in. We will see something similar to another Docker tool. If anyone has worked with Portainer, this will remind you it. It's really similar to Portainer a bit. Inside we see our project with two services running, Web and MongoDB. We see them under the name Docker lesson. We also see our test Dockge, which we launched using the Compose YAML file. Notice we can't edit them. The test Dockge is our service in which we are currently located. But to edit our Docker lesson with our services, we need to move this folder to the same directory where Dockge is located. Here's what we do. We moved the Docker lesson directory into the test Dockge directory, and now, if we open our service, we see a completely different picture. Now we can edit, delete, stop, and view in the terminal in real time what's happening in the containers. Very convenient. I want to warn you, better not to press delete. This will delete your project directory along with all components inside, so be careful. Another feature of this tool is that you can rewrite any Docker command into a YAML file. You simply copy and paste a regular Docker command here, and it converts into a format that you can use in a Docker Compose file. If you have watched up to this point, you might have a question. When we started the Mongo image, it launched a container with the Mongo database. When we started the Flask application image, it launched a Flask application container. Now we see our image Docker lesson, just one image. I remind you that it starts as we see two containers. Now it's time to understand what layers are in Docker image. In a Docker image, layers represent the sequential steps and changes that were made during the build process of that image. Each step in building the image creates a new layer which can include configuration files, dependencies, and other components needed for the application to run. To view the layers of a Docker image, you can use the Docker history command. We specify the command Docker history, followed by the image name. Instead of a name, you can use the ID. This command will display a list of layers that make up the Docker image. In our case, it's the image we created using the Compose file. We can see the size of each layer, the commands executed during its creation, and other information. Thus, a Docker image is built from different layers, representing steps and changes during its build process. In our case, the Docker file for the web services will have its own layers, and the MongoDB image already has its own layers. If we take our image, which we built using the Compose file, it will be a combination of these two services, Web and Mongo.